Hi guys, so it is getting closer and closer for it being time for me to move. So I am still packing, and as I am packing I am unhauling books. The only two shelves left that I have not packed are these two, and these are some of my favorite books. I left these alone deliberately to film in front of them, so there's nothing else I don't think that I'll be unhauling. So let's just get right to it. This is a random mesh of stuff. There is adult fantasy, some thrillery stuff. It's all over the place. There's YA, there's mystery, it's just all over. There's a crime thriller, so let's just see what we got in this pile, okay? Alright, firstly, I have the Dark Tower series, book 1 through 4. Now, these are duplicates. There is Gunslinger, book 1. There is Drawing of the Three, book 2. There is The Wastelands, book 3. And then Wizard and Glass, book 4. And the reason I started collecting these, everybody started crying, oh, The Dark Tower, it's his magnum opus and blah blah blah. This is when the movie was still like discussion stages. And these ones are illustrated, and the covers are like laminated. So I really liked them, and I like the artwork, especially on some of the later ones that I have. But this was before I found out the content, and I'm not really a fan. There is some stuff in here that's problematic, and I don't mean that because it's in like dark and creepy kind of a setting. It's problematic. Just there's a lot of misogynist and racist content, and like sexual slurs, homophobic slurs and whatnot. And like, granted, a lot of people get away with stuff by saying, well, it's just the character that they wrote. And that's fine, and you can choose to read it, and that's your prerogative, but I don't like it. So it's just like, I won't ever read To Kill a Mockingbird again because of the language in it. It's not that I think the character is like that, but I know it's set in that time. I know what it's about. I know it uses gratuitous use of words and attitudes that I really don't want to read about, so I stay away from them regardless if it's a good book or not. So that's why I'm getting rid of these. I have them already, the first 4 that match this, and then the others. I have the whole set. These 4 are just duplicate. I'm not fully getting rid of them because I literally collected these for like a year until I found all of the larger paperback with the illustrated version. So then there is off random this cookbook that this cutest couple, this older couple, these two guys got me when I was in the thrift store. So it's like, you look sweet, here, you should get this. And it's a cookbook for cooking at higher altitudes because I'm in Colorado now, but I'm moving to Washington, so I don't need it anymore. I mean, it's nice to have, but I don't need altered recipes for higher altitude because I'm probably never going to live here again because it's fucking expensive for no damn reason. And I have, this is one of my crime thrillers, Grave Secrets by Kathy Reichs. I bought this because I am super obsessed with the TV show Bones. Crime thrillers are not my favorite. I like to watch them. I don't like to read them. I don't know why, I just do. So I bought a bunch of these, and I don't know where the others are, but when I find them, I'm going to unhaul them as well, because that was also when I first started booktubing. I'm like, I'm going to be this super rounded like booktuber, and I'm going to talk about thrillers and horror and mysteries and adult contemporary. Oh, well, I do read adult contemporaries, but I don't think romance. And I can't. There's a reason I don't like the genre, and I keep trying to make myself read all these other genres because I'm like, then other people, no, I don't want it. No. Then I have some books by Sherilyn Kenyon, and these are duplicates. There is In Other Worlds by Sherilyn Kenyon. I want to say this one is an anthology. Yeah, this one is Dragon Swan and Nightly Dreams and Fire and Ice. So I think it has stories from the Dark Hunter world and the League world, but like I said, it is a duplicate. So then there is Time on Time by Sherilyn Kenyon. This one is Ren Weya's story. I believe he's one of the Native American Dark Hunters. Again, duplicate. And then The Guardian. This is Seth and Lydia, and this one, the female Lydia, is the Dream Hunter, and then Seth. I really like, when I did my hauling my own books thing, when I hauled my book a couple of videos ago that I got from storage that I hadn't seen in a couple years, and I went through this one, I was like, I don't even think I read this one, but then I looked at Goodreads and I had read it, and I rated it like 3 stars. It was one of my least favorite reads of hers, and I forgot all about it. I'm not unhauling it for that reason, but like I said, it's a duplicate. Then there is some YA romance. It's like a summer beach read that I had. I think I've had this literally since like 2004 is the sticker on the front, because I bought this in 2004. This one is about basically teenagers that go on a cruise, and it's about a summer romance. It's cute. I'm just about to be 30. I'm almost 30 years old. I'm not gonna read that again. Then there is Dark Curse by Christine Feehan. This one got fudging stickers all over it, but this is also a duplicate. I have this book literally right here, so there's no reason for me to keep it. This is a Carpathian novel. This is her like vampire kind of, her remix, her take on vampires. This is that series of hers. But I already have it, so it's going. Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, The Girl Who Played with Fire, and The Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest. It's over there. I bought them. I really liked these covers. I am never going to read these books. I wanted to watch the movie, so I wanted to read the book first, but I just didn't like the reviews that I read about it. Just, this is not a thing I'm gonna like. It's already a genre I don't like. For it to be in a genre I don't like and me still have to like it, it has to be amazing. And just all the reviews I read about it from people who I kind of trust but also like the genre, they're just like, eh. So they're going, and they're huge and heavy, and she ain't got time for that. Then there is The Night Gardener by Jonathan Auxier. I bought this one for a challenge we used to for a readathon. I don't know if it was Read-A-Rama readathon or something else, but the challenge I think was to just like buy a book and go into it blind or something of that nature. So I bought the book just from looking at the cover without reading the summary, and it looked interesting, and I still haven't read the summary because I intended to go back and do it, but I think it's a middle grade book, so I won't be reading it. The Night Gardener follows 2 abandoned Irish siblings who travel to work as servants at a creepy, crumbling English manor house. But the house and its inhabitants are not quite what they seem. Soon the children are confronted by a mysterious stranger and by an ancient curse that threatens their very lives. A mesmerizing read and a testament to the magical power of storytelling. It's a chilling fable in the tradition of Washington Irving and Edgar Allan Poe. And I don't like dislike middle grade books. They're just, I'm not one of those adults who likes to read them for me. So it's going. Then there is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. This is one of the first books I bought when I started BookTube, and when I moved here and needed to replenish my book collection. I am never gonna read this. I don't know what I was thinking. It's just not for me. I really can't even explain why. It's just one of those books though that I'm never gonna read. It's kind of when like the BookTube hype train was running me over and everybody's like, oh, this one's one of my favorites. It's like, okay, I'll buy it without knowing what it was about, and it's not my thing. There's Tam Lin by Pamela Dean. This one was one of my thrift store half price Tuesdays 50-cent book buys. I thought it was like an actual like included like the real like the Tam Lin like the Ballad's Tale for some reason, but it's a YA retelling loosely based on the Ballad's Tale of Tam Lin, so that's not what I was looking for because I was wanting to read it for research purposes for things I was writing. So Then I have Dracula by Bram Stoker. This was another one of my half-price Saturday 50-cent book buys, and I bought it not knowing it was annotated within an inch of its life, and that's annoying, and also the book is trash. So I did buy another version to go back and read it, and I was like, what is this bullshit? Then there is the Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis. This was another one I just feel like is like a classic, so I should have read it. But I never read it because I wasn't interested in it, so I keep buying them. Even as a kid, I had them, and I didn't read them. It's just not my type of thing. I don't know why, because, like, the world building and stuff, it really is my kind of thing, but it's just something about this story, like, the never-ending story. If I didn't love it and read it as a kid, it's not something I'm gonna like as an adult, because it's very, like, if I can't be introduced to, like, this stage of, like, YA, like, middle grade-ish. I don't know what age you would classify this. But if I don't read it as a kid, I'm not going to like it as an adult. It's the bind up of all of them, which is one of the reasons I bought it. But there's also some people that were saying it was problematic. And then for it to be a thing I already wasn't really interested in reading all that much, it was just like, well, let kitty go. Then there is the Hunger Games, Mockingjay, and what is the other one? Catching Fire by Suzanne Collins. I didn't even like the movies. I don't like the story. There's no reason for me to continue to have the books. I'm never going to read them. Even if it's not accurate to the movie, I just, nope. And then I kind of got ruined how everybody compares every damn dystopian out there to Hunger Games. It drives me fucking crazy. Just because a book isn't dystopian doesn't mean it's similar to Hunger Games. And I know the story. I've been spoiled for the differences between the books and the movies. I didn't like the movies. I don't really care to read the books anymore. So they're going. Then there is The Return of the King by J.R.R. Tolkien. This is Lord of the Rings Part 3. I bought this one because I thought the cover was awesome. And I knew I didn't like Tolkien. I've tried to read this shit before. And it's just sat there. And I'm just like, girl, go and do something with this. You're not going to fucking read it just for playing. So then there is, in the Wizard's First Rule, like that whole series thing by Terry Goodkind, there is Wizard's First Rule, Soul of the Fire, Pillars of Creation, Naked Empire, and Chainfire. Now, besides the fact that these covers vary widely because some of them are like originals and some of them are like reprints, so they're all over the damn place. These are duplicates, so I already have all of these in hardcover in this cover, which I like the older ones better. But also he's a tool, so I don't want multiple copies of his books, and I'm barely going to read the ones I got. I'm going to keep them because a lot of them are first editions and whatnot, but I'm going to take these to work and donate them to some of the guys who live there, because I don't need multiple copies of book, and these are chunky, and I already have a fuck ton of paperbacks, so if I have these in hardcover and I like the way the hardcovers look better, I'm going to get rid of them. And he's not like an author that I'm crazy about, so I'm just like, I need all of the copies of all of his books. No, these can go. Terry the Tool's books can go. Then there is Dreams Made Flesh by Anne Bishop. I already got rid of the rest of the books in the series, but apparently I missed one. This is part of the Black Jewels series. I read the first one because you can't really see them over here, but I have all of her, like, the other series. Those are the first things I ever read. And thank God, because if I read this first, I never would have picked these up. This is the weirdest shit I've ever put in my fucking hands. It's, like, creepy with, like, pedo vibes. I don't like the series. I will never, not never, ever even give it another try. I fucking hated it. So once I read the first one, I got rid of, like, 2 more out of it. And then I just found that one when I was packing. They all got to go. And there is King Arthur and His Knights of the Round Table by Roger Lancelyn Green. This is a Puffix Classic edition. I actually really, really like this one. I am only getting rid of it because my dog's a dickhead and he peed on it. And the cover is kind of like laminate thick, and I cleaned it and wiped it with Clorox, and it still smells like he peed on it. So it's gotta go in the trash because he'll always try to find it, and I can't. It's gotta go. Thanks, Diesel, you little bastard. There is Maximum Ride. This is The Fugitives Book 1 by James Patterson. I have already gotten rid of the rest of these. They're in, like, for one, all of the hardcover books are like 4 or 5 of the hardcover. Each one is a different size. Drove me effing crazy. The covers don't match. And I'm just like, if I want to read these, because I haven't read them yet. I bought these because Pierre Ford is obsessed with them, and she talks about them a lot. When I first started BookTube and I watched her channel, she's like, ooh, I really like her. I need to read these books and see what the hype's about. But I just never started them, and the fact that they all don't match drives me nuts. Yep, I'm petty like that. So if I do read them, I will get them all in Kindle format. Then it won't matter if they match or not. Then there is Forbidden by Ted Decker and Tosca Lee. This one is an adult dystopian fantasy world, and it looks like a thing I'm really gonna fucking like, and the cover I really love. Tosca Lee writes some books that I have not gotten into, but I've heard good things about her books. And then Ted Decker writes a lot of these, like, thrillers that are supposed to be really good. The only reason I'm getting rid of this is because I bought this one first, and then I found the book in hardcover, the first one and the second one. So, they're packed already. So, I don't need the paperback one. I am trying to downsize. It's getting hard, especially because I have, like, duplicates of, like, these books, because there's the special edition ones and the regular ones, and I have, like, duplicates of the Olive Lane Taylor's books, and I'm never getting rid of any duplicates of hers, and I have multiple duplicates of City of Brass. I'm like, some things got to go, bitch. Calm down. Then there is the Exile Queen by Cinda Williams Shima. This is another one that's a duplicate. This is book 2 in the 7 Realms series. I have, like, books 1, 2, and 3, and then, like, a random book 7 or however many series are. I skipped a couple on accident. but this one is one I couldn't remember which ones I had, so this is a duplicate. Then there is the Portrait of Vengeance by Carrie Stuart Parks. I don't know what in the hell this is, but it's a mystery thriller type thing. It was sent to me when I had a pretty large order from Book Outlet, and for some reason the mailman sent it back, and then it took forever for it to get back to them, and then forever for it to get back to me. So this book was in transit. I mean, this box was in transit for like 2 to 3 months, literally. So this was an extra book they threw in there when I got it, but I don't like this genre, so I'm gonna take it to work because those guys like thrillers and mysteries and stuff, and one of them will get a kick out of it. Then we have A Lover Unleashed by J.R. Ward. This is not a book I would ever get rid of if I did not have a duplicate of it. You can see it right now, part of her Black Dagger Brotherhood series, which if you like adult paranormal romance and you haven't read the series, I don't know what you are doing with your life. Now, it's one of the ones like after like so many books it starts to get kind of old, so I like the first like 5 to 6 or 7 or so, and then I don't read the rest of them, but I still really thoroughly enjoy them, and especially Zeta's story. I still have like a Zeta's candle and everything over in this box of candles and shit, so that's cool. Then I already talked to you about this one. This one's The Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest. I really just like these covers, and the stories though are not for me. So then lastly there is City of Glass, City of Ashes, and City of Bones, which are first 3 books in City of whatever the fuck in the Mortal Instruments series. It's not that I don't like Cassandra Clare. It's not that I don't like her writing. I actually really like the world building. I like the world itself. I like the writing style. It's just Clary and Jace make me want to bash my head into a brick wall several times with no painkillers. I can't. That whole, like, that plot line of theirs that never got resolved for like several books when all they had to do was take a DNA test, mofo, goddamn. It just irritated the fuck out of me, especially because they live in a modern world, and one of the beauties of having like an urban fantasy world where we have like magic in this actual real life world is that you can still, when you have like magic problems and whatever, kind of apply real world like resolutions to them. So you don't know if you related to a motherfucker or not, go take a DNA test. So that irked me enough that I just can't finish the series. I do have, however, her Infernal Devices series and the Something Artifacts. I haven't read them yet, but I have them all because, like I said, I really enjoy her writing style, actually. And I even like that corny ass movie that nobody seems to like but me. I liked it. Say what you want. I was mad they started to do the show instead of making the other movie. I wanted my movie, but whatever. It's fine. That is it for this unhaul. It is. Ooh, I gotta go to work. I will see you lovelies later. Thank you so much for watching.